Hi everyone, welcome back. Storm here.
Jessica here.
Hi Jessica.
Hi Dawn.
Thank you so much for joining me today to watch House of the Dragon.
I'm excited.
I am very excited. Mom and Kim say hello, and most likely they will be watching House of the Dragon down the road. But right now, Jessica, I'm so happy you joined me today. You have read the books, right?
I have.
So I have not. But I have seen the first season of House of the Dragon, and so have you.
Yes, obviously.
Obviously.
It'd be really weird to go in this one, into this one.
You can't.
Season 2.
Yeah, you really can't. So I rewatched season 1 recently, and there's just so much to cover. I love this world. I love the characters. And I'm kind of nervous to go into this season because I believe, with no spoilers, because I know nothing, that there's going to be an all-out war with what happened last episode.
Yeah, the last we left off was the death of Lucerys.
Yep. Yeah, and that was awful.
By his kin.
And Aemon...
Which is a big thing in Game of Thrones world. Kinslayer is a big thing.
It is. And Aemon, I mean, no one had a good relationship there. They've always been very tense with each other, to put it lightly. But Aemon, he was messing around too much with his nephew. And that's insane. So, whoops. I mean, he lost, control of his dragon.
Yeah, this isn't child's play anymore. You got dragons.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter. He had the biggest dragon there, but still, he lost control of his dragon, and so did Luke. I mean, Luke's dragon, threw fire at Vhagar, breathed fire at him, and then Vhagar got pissed off, and he killed him.
Yeah, so. This is tense, and I've really enjoyed, one of the things I really enjoyed about last season is how much they made you understand how the conflict is escalating.
Yeah.
You really, you see that no one's necessarily making one particular bad decision that's causing all this. It's a bunch of little tiny bad decisions that make sense for the characters. You get why they're doing it.
Yeah.
And so you're just you see it spiraling out of control, and you're just ah!
I know. And the whole thing Viserys said right before he died.
He just wanted to get along.
It sucks. I mean, in Alicent, we could just talk about this all day, but she wanted to, do the right thing. She was so loyal to the crown. She was so loyal to her husband all the way through. And here he said something because he was delirious and dying at the end, and he thought he was talking to his daughter, and she took it wrong, and she was loyal to Rhaenyra at that point, where she's
she was willing to
make a great queen.
Her own.
Yep, and now all hell broke loose, and it's just absolutely awful. But shall we get into this, and then we'll talk about it more afterwards?
Yes, I'm so excited.
Me too.
Oh, God. It's still, I've seen that multiple times now.
It's still rough there. War. Devastating. Every time I hear that HBO sound, it just... Ooh, look, it's so different.
Oh!
Cool.
New opening.
It's sad. It's soaking with blood.
Oh my gosh, embroidery! This is them taking over...
Yeah.
The Seven Kingdoms. Well, 6 kingdoms at this point, but they're calling them the 7 kingdoms anyways.
Oh.
That might have been Viserys. Oh, now the 2... Oh, this is good. The king on one side, the queen on the other. This is so good. I need to go back and rewatch all of this.
I know. Hopefully it'll be the same one every time. They might change it up a little.
They probably will, I assume, based on stuff that's going to happen. I don't know, the reason.
Sounds like Winterfell music or something.
Even wood.
It is Winterfell!
It is!
All men must pay its price.
I don't know who's talking, but he sounds like John.
I know!
It's the same accent.
Since the days of the first men, we have stood as guardians against the cold and the dark. Through its long tradition, the Night's Watch cultivated its strength from doomed men who had their life as their only possession. My ancestor, Torrhen Stark, began a tradition by making an offering at the onset of winter. 1 in 10 men from our household was to be chosen to fortify the watch.
Oh man.
It's heavy.
This is not a sentence, but an honour. A duty embraced by all who serve the North.
Because winter is coming.
By my
Yep.
own kin. It pleases me to think
Oh!
that
I didn't even recognize him! This Jace!
I know. I actually did recognize him, but I was like, wait a second.
He was like a little bit. I feel like he was so much younger last time, obviously.
Yeah.
There's some time filming in between those.
How much time
Because
is
he was
this
up here to
now?
make a deal with.
He ended up
Starks.
staying.
And it took him 2 years to fly there.
surely the great
Yeah.
Torrance Stark would have sooner died than bend the knee. Unless he believed the conqueror.
Oh, this is good casting. He looks like Ned.
What a view.
My father brought King Jaehaerys and Queen Alicent to see the wall.
Alicent
His
gave him the
grace
gift.
stood at this very outlook and watched as their dragons, the greatest power in the world.
So sad. Yeah. I know, he did age so much.
Yeah, he grew a lot. He had to grow a little bit of a growth spurt, which is
Yeah.
problem with having like actual child actors. They're gonna grow fast.
Yep.
If you'd have acted when you had the chance, Aegon's line would be extinguished. And Luke would be alive.
It's hard to put it on her like that. I mean,
Yeah,
she
that
had
is
every
not
opportunity.
her fault. Though again,
Wanna
she
start
did
the
murder
war.
a lot of people
Yeah.
because she did that. They just weren't Targaryens.
But
That's
Daemon
one of the
won't
big.
let that go.
They're one of the big themes in the book, and I think in this too, is that you know, these guys play their games and everyone else dies. You know, the small folk, the regular
Yeah.
people.
I know.
They did a really good job there, making her look like she's been crying for a week.
Yeah.
You're the one
Yeah.
that dragged my body out of the sea.
Wondering if he's supposed to be someone.
I am indebted to you, Alan.
Where is he? The library. You must not interrupt his custom.
He doesn't care about anything.
Yeah, no, he doesn't care.
I'm afraid.
Don't be. They'd be fools to come with Vhagar protecting the city.
Not the dragons. The rats.
Rats. Oh God.
I love what they've done with Helena, making her like the way she is.
Yeah. What's going on now?
Oh no, is she getting her like
Oh! Is that? Yeah, I think so. It is. That would make sense. 'Cause...
You hypocrites!
Yep.
Oh my god.
We're expected at a small council, Your Grace.
You absolute hypocrites. I cannot believe you.
What news?
Oh,
Our letters to the Vale and to the North continue to go unanswered.
Cuts.
In hopes that new terms might be negotiated.
Release it at once. Would someone please?
Is the heir to the throne bothering you, Thailand?
Uh-oh.
He's such an ass.
Oh, I knew he was going to be a scary king. He's such a...
Because I think he wants a ride.
Your Grace.
Ride? A pony ride? Wouldn't that be fun, Jaehaerys? Should the Master of Coin be your royal steed?
He means it.
He does. Because he's a jerk.
I know he's such a jerk anyways, and,
Your
but
Grace.
he's loving this too
There
much.
are important matters to discuss. Despite Sir Tyland's interruptions.
Very well.
I know we didn't like him at first, but this is so stupid. He's so pathetic.
You've already demonstrated your might, Your Grace. Grace. We must now favour patience and restraint.
Oh my God, he's the worst.
More houses will declare for you in time. History
That's meme material right there.
Yeah,
That's so good.
I'm sure we'll see something by tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Gee.
Tomorrow, Lord Laris.
Whoa.
I mean, that's terrifying.
Yep.
It'd be easy to just assume that this thing is coming down to eat you.
Oh, they found part of the dragon.
No, they did. Part of the dragon, anyways. Oof.
Well, I don't know. Is that a body? See the wing. Crap.
God, I almost hope not. She shouldn't have to see that.
No.
Like, I know she kind of wants to, so she knows it's real,
That's
but...
closure.
Aegon the Magnanimous, second of his name, King of the Andals,
Magnanimous, is that where we're going with?
I know.
Lord of the Seven Kingdoms and Protector of the Realm. Hail King Aegon! The Magnanimous.
Oh.
Your Grace.
Let's have the first petition, my good Lord.
Ready it, Otto?
This, like, little band, this entourage he has with him. He's such an idiot. He just wants to be a stoner in a basement somewhere, and they put him on a throne.
It's so stupid. I know.
After further thought, I have decided that I cannot restore your sheep. If war were to break out, my dragons will require feed. Bring the next. Salts always run scarce on the road to winter, your grace. We rely on ships from Essos for our supply. But now, with a blockade in place and war threatening... That treasonous blockade won't last long. I plan to send Vhagar to burn it to ash.
I was gonna keep going in there.
My sons both see you as the great example. The hand to three kings. Aegon is ever eager to prove himself, and Aemond is angry. Whoever son took his eye was never punished for it. What he did, however vicious.
Caprice of youth.
The caprice of youth.
Oh my God! Still trying to justify it.
Heard. But he is fiercely loyal. He wishes to please.
And Aegon still heeds me, in private at least. But if you undermine my voice, both those boys will grow deaf to it.
She's right.
Is it the white worm?
It is.
When last we met, there were two of you.
Oh.
I also want to say, I originally knew Matt Smith as the Doctor, as a goofy guy wearing a fez.
That must be so different, yeah.
Yeah, like, knowing that he was going to play Damon going into this, I was just like, how? How is that even possible?
I want Aemond Targaryen.
She's gonna say, like an eye for an eye,
Yeah, right?
son for a son. Holy crap. Official.
That wasn't a lot of instruction.
Yeah, but it's very meaningful. Yeah. How are you gonna do that exactly?
Your Grace.
God, he looks so different.
It does.
Lady Jane Arryn has pledged her support in exchange for a dragon to guard the Vale.
Oh, look at him just staying so professional.
And Lord Quicken Stark has promised 2,000 men.
Poor kid.
Yeah.
Those girls have grown up a lot too.
I know.
I haven't really gotten to see them close up, but
It's getting so big.
Ooh. Who do we got here? This Gendry? T-Row from the future? Into the
I
past?
have news from the future.
Fuck no, it's ours.
Okay.
You to find and slay the Prince Aemon Targaryen.
Ooh.
He has silver hair and one eye. Should be easy enough to find.
Yeah, but I don't think you're gonna
Understand
kill
it's
him.
quite good in a fight. You want to take caution. It's one half. Okay, the other one is done.
See,
This is really interesting. This is very interesting.
Aegon's wife was saying I'm
Alright.
scared of the rats. The same.
Can't find him.
We've wasted precious days in this war of quills and ravens, words or wind.
Words of wind. They love saying that.
I'm so nervous about this whole thing.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if they were going to do this in the first episode or not.
Okay, now you have me worried. Uh-oh.
My nephew's already taken that one.
Oh, God.
It's a king.
Aegon the Strong.
I need some
Yeah.
both. My mother and grandsire mind me like some
My guy's so drunk.
stuffing.
Someone's gonna fall on the swords.
I
What they say.
My brother at least knows his place.
This whole entourage is hilarious to me.
I can set him and his dragon on my foes at will.
Don't involve the puppy in this.
Oh, he kicked it off!
Oh, come on. I know what's going to happen, but still.
This way.
The dog.
There's no way they're gonna get Aemon. They're gonna bump into someone else.
No one's here.
That's where Aemon was.
Or Aemon's gonna kill him.
I'm supposed to be up here. Did you not hear the prince? No head. No gold.
Oh no! No, don't hurt her.
Rats.
They're not gonna let her live. They're gonna come back.
Well, she probably works for what's his name.
I know. Oh no. Oh no! Oh, that's what she was so afraid of.
She's the queen, she is.
No.
Son for a son, he said. But does she look like a fucking son to you?
He's crazy.
Over there.
Oh, see, this is what she predicted. Oh no, the kids? They're not gonna do anything to the kids, are they?
Get out.
No! 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 I can't watch this. No, 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 no.
They both look the same. It's a boy.
Oh, she's trying to-
They're going to take it anyways.
That's not a son.
Oh my god. Oh. I hate this so bad. She's not gonna say when she's the mama. She pointed to one? She pointed to one!
Wait. It's the other one. She's not going to give up the king's heir that easy.
Well, I don't understand why she would point to one in the first place. She's just so scared.
God.
She's telling true.
Oh, this is sick.
Hold him down.
Right to the kids. No! Oh, no! No!
This is awful. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Noise!
Oh my god. Oh my god.
Crap! She's She's not gonna get out. Is it quiet? Damon's there. Someone's there. Who? Holy crap! Holy crap!
What's happened?
They killed the boy.
Holy crap!
Oh my
I
God.
hated this so bad.
Oh my God. That was like watching a horror movie. It was like watching Saw. Like, you didn't even see anything, but like the feeling.
You know, I mean, this is a quick tangent, but like we've been getting a lot of requests to watch Saw, and I still haven't seen it, but I knew it was going to be really disturbing. This was so upsetting because I'm expecting a lot of death this season. It's going to be all out war, but that was
God.
another level to an innocent child.
It was sickening. Like, physically sickening.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm very disturbed right now. That poor child. I mean, everything about that whole scene. Like, I don't even want to talk about it because, like, just reliving that was really horrific. But a poor innocent child, and
Yeah.
just pointing to the child. Like, I get she's not fully there, and her saying that prophecy, like she can see things in the future. So since last season, I really listen to what she has to say, and almost every time she has like time on screen, she always says something important.
Yep, she was afraid of the rats.
Holy crap! Oh geez, it'll get better, but yeah, that was a lot. So heavy episode for sure.
Yeah.
We didn't see Lucerys's body in the beginning, but we saw his dragon or part of his dragon. There could have been
cloak
body
or
parts
something.
there.
I think
His
it was
cloak,
yeah.
and his body could have been wrapped, or part of his body could have been wrapped in there, but it's enough evidence, and I get, like, you need to have closure, you need to have proof, so I get why Rhaenyra went there to find out, and this took place, like, right after it happened, almost. I mean, it's been a little bit of a wait since first season.
Well,
and
I think
everyone grew up a little bit.
2 weeks, I think, when they were having that conversation at the beginning.
They grew up 2 years. Yeah.
When Rhaenys and Daemon were having that conversation, I think I said 2 weeks that she's been gone.
Yes, I do recall that.
So,
and like you were saying, I love the casting. I'm glad they didn't change anyone to make them look younger still, because kids age really fast. I mean, they grow really fast, so they change their look really fast. So Jace looks very different.
Himself. He just looks like himself older.
Yeah, and it took me a moment because I didn't want to say anything right away because I was still trying to figure it out because we had so many time jumps last season that I'm like, well, maybe he's just been here in Winterfell for quite some time. Maybe learning about his brother's death, he had to stay there for a while longer, but then their conversation, like, he was still trying to get them on board. I'm like, okay, it's still early on, but
no, it was a very progressive 2 weeks as far as puberty was concerned.
Yeah, there was a lot to take in this episode. It was very emotionally, like, draining, and for, like, rightfully so. The ending, I still can't get over that. Like, it's so sad. We were in such shock about, Luke last episode, and it's extremely sad, but it's just more and more of this. Like, here I started freaking out, so I'm kind of like my sister, where I just start spewing out whatever that comes to mind because I start panicking. But I know, like, the rat catchers or whatever went in there because Daemon wants Aegon, Aemond, because that's what his wife wants, and he's just doing what the queen's ordering. But so these guys go in, and he says he only has one eye, but they didn't even remember that part or know about that part.
Well, no, I mean, they knew he wasn't Aemon. They knew that.
Yeah,
they were just going a son for a son.
And that
was the first one they found, which is really interesting. So in the book, if you don't know, the book that this is based on is written like a history. It's not written like a regular book. So, like, you don't know the details. You know the general gist, the flow. So, like, seeing Damon talk to those guys and be like, we're going after Aemond, was really interesting, because it wasn't like in the book it's just like, oh, they said a son for a son, like that was like their goal. It's not their goal. Their goal was going after Aemond, going after the guy that killed her son. And then you just put it in the hands of the wrong people who are complete dumbasses.
Yep. And they think, if we have to do something, we can't do nothing, so if we can't go after him, we'll go after his kin.
And it's one escalation after the other. Like,
that was so disturbing.
It was so awful.
It was so awful, and it's just going to get worse and worse. I mean, how do you get worse from there? I mean,
yeah, I mean, it's going to get
the innocent kid now.
This is a pretty
innocent children dying first
moment in the history.
Yeah, and even though I keep saying like Luke was such a sweet boy, he really was. Like, he cared so much about everyone, and even telling, I think it was Corlys last time, where he's like, I don't want to rule because that means everyone I love will be dead. And like, that was such a true
boy, and to lose
true
him.
statement. And he's so caring, and he maimed his uncle. Like, they got into a scuff, and he severely injured him, and so a lot of all the characters are flawed. They're not perfect in any way. Some are worse than others, and I still think Luke was a sweet boy. He did a really bad thing, hurting Aemond that way, but anyways, like, he'd never deserved his death, and I know Aemond felt bad about that, but yeah, everything all around is just really, really tough, and Viserys, like, having that dinner with everyone right before he died, and was just so happy to see everyone
just trying
almost
to get
at peace.
Kids to get along.
Yeah, and everyone was actually laughing and seemed like they were mainly having a good time at that point until he left. But that was the only last and first almost like peaceful moment they all had together as a family. And thank God Viserys didn't see anything after that. Like, he saw them, his wish came true, and he just saw everyone happy, and Rhaenyra was going to be his successor and all that. And just the hell...
That's about,
yeah, just all the hell that broke loose after that is just absolutely devastating. And so
this episode was a lot of build up. It was a lot of letting us know what the lay of the land was again, who knows what, who's with who, like who's getting where, and then they just hit you over the head with that last scene.
And I was kind of expecting something, because we've been waiting so long, and the stories are always like so rich with details, but then always like a shock. Like, there's always some kind of like big scene somewhere. Not every episode, but there's going to be something impactful. And I'm like, all right, something's going to build up at the end, because we've been waiting so long from the finale of last season that, we want some action. We want some revenge or something to happen. But I'm sure, I was thinking there's going to be a lot more build up, but wow, I mean, it's just going to be really, really bad, I think, every episode. But go ahead, sorry.
No, I was just saying, like, I saw it coming. It wasn't better for knowing it.
Yeah. Yeah, so first episode, I enjoyed it. The storytelling's really good, and I can't wait to get more into the story, but I'm just like so devastated by what happened to the little boy. Jumping now to Alicent, like you were saying, we were both shocked about her and Cole.
Alicent.
I know.
Right. And like, oral sex is one thing. Girl, you do not have birth control. There are not condoms in Westeros.
I mean...
You
like
cannot
you said,
have actual sex with him, because you're going to end up pregos, and then what's going to happen?
Well, they have that potion or whatever that they take, that special tea, but not that it's fully accurate all the time.
People will know if you're taking moon tea.
And talk. Yes. So I was actually quite shocked. We did have one scene, I believe, last season where they were really close, and they had kind of like sparks. They had some chemistry going on, but I was like, I don't know if that really means something, or is she just playing him because he's been so loyal to her and trying to like favor him in some way. But I really didn't expect Alicent to
I didn't
just
expect them
full
to
out.
open up with him going down on her. No, I didn't expect that moment.
But that also means a lot, like you were saying before, because she's always been loyal to men. She's always done what she was told to, even though she didn't want to, by her father, by Viserys. And thank God Viserys was a great husband to her. Thank God he was a good man, you know, for her to be like controlled so much in that political situation, you know. And Rhaenyra was always free. So Rhaenyra, you know, Alicent resented that. She was completely opposite of Alicent.
Yeah, she was totally resentful of that. And like,
now
I understand
it's
why.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get why you'd be resentful of it, but like, she treated Rhaenyra horribly, or Rhaenyra.
I know, I do it too.
Rhaenyra.
I said Rhaenyra too. I used to do that last season too, and I love both characters, by the way, but they're very different. Yes.
And like, she just treated her horribly because, not because of anything she really did, but because Alicent couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And now she's doing it.
I mean, Alicent was always very by the book, and because she, even though she was very good following the rules, she always picked at her fingernails. She frowned a whole lot. She always looked uncomfortable, but she was just so super loyal. So she wasn't happy with what she was doing, but she was happy knowing she was doing the right thing, you know, because she thought that's what she was supposed to do. But now sleeping with Cole, like you said, she's starting to understand what Rhaenyra was about or was saying to her, and now she's just kind of saying, screw it, I'm going to do what I want. Yeah, so there's a lot to say. Anything you want to talk about?
Oh my gosh, there's so much that happened. I did want to bring up, so like, an interesting difference between the book and the show here real quick is that when they go to that room, the kids are like up, and there's I can't remember if she has 3 in the show or not. She has 3 at the time in the book. There's a girl and 2 boys, and they ask her, which boy do you want us to kill? And she says, kill the younger one, the one that's not the heir. And then they kill the heir, and the younger boy has to grow up knowing that his mom said to kill him. Yeah, it's fucked up. It's super fucked up. So I was like ready for fucked up, and then they had sawing noises, and I was like, this is way more fucked up than I assumed it was gonna be.
Oh yeah. I mean, I always think I'm ready for it because we've watched so much Game of Thrones in the first season of House of the Dragon that I'm like, I can take this on, it's okay. And I'm like, nope. I mean, they continuously surprise us, you know. They're like, and so I really thought all 3 of them were gonna die there. I thought they were just gonna kill the boy and then go after them so she couldn't warn anybody, and so they can get out, because like, how stupid are they for killing that child, letting her escape, and then she's gonna warn the queen,
I mean,
her mom,
they're
then
obviously complete idiots.
Yeah, so are they gonna get out of there? And I don't care. I hope they don't get out of there, but it's just absolutely devastating.
And the escalation that's going to happen now because of it is ridiculous too. Like, again, it's just like last season where it's like, Rhaenyra didn't do this. Rhaenyra didn't say, go kill this little boy. She didn't set this up. But now it's one thing after another, and it's just going to build and build and build. And there's like, the wheel is turning, and there's nothing anyone can do to stop it.
And who's in charge? Aegon, who didn't want to be king.
Aegon, who's drunk on the throne with his bros, talking about how he's got a dragon.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Yeah, and honestly, like, we all knew he was going to be absolutely terrible on the throne. It was such a bad choice, no question. But, I mean, last season he was running away. He was hiding, and he was begging that he did not want to be king.
And now he's got a little taste of the power.
Yeah, and then after the ceremony, when everyone was cheering, that's when he brought up the sword. He's like, yeah. So I'm like, all right. So he's going to, like, love this too much and really abuse it instead of trying to run away and hide. And we saw a bit of that here. And, you know, when they were having that meeting and he was, like, you know, trying to mess with Lannister guy. Luckily it didn't go it didn't get any worse than that. But I'm like, we'll see what happens in the future. But
yeah, because I don't think he's like Joffrey levels.
I don't think so.
Awful, but I mean, he's still a rapist. He still is mean to his wife, his sister, because of like there was that they had that dinner and she's like, oh, being married is not so bad except for when he's drunk. Like, so obviously he doesn't care about and treats his wife /sister like shit. He barely knows where his kids are. Like, he's not a good person.
No.
But I don't think he's quite at Joffrey levels yet. But I think if like this keeps up, he might be. If he just is allowed to do whatever the hell he wants.
I know, and because these huge events are happening, like every episode, like there's something huge that happens. I feel like we're probably not even going to focus so much. I mean, we probably will, but like maybe we won't focus on Aegon as much because like I think Alicent's really going to take charge with like her grandchild now being murdered while they were having sex or sleeping. So I wonder like if he'll even be a main focus at this point, or will he keep trying to take charge and trying to be dominant over everybody else? I don't know. I'm curious on how that's going to unfold, or if Alicent's just gonna not care and be like, screw this, I'm gonna take charge and you shut up, son. And I mean, not that she could say that, but she has a way of talking to people, and taking charge in a way.
She does, yeah. For sure.
So, I mean, she definitely does, but I'm like, in a man's world, I'm like, I really think she'll maybe take charge more, but we will find out. I also want to say that I absolutely love how, like, dragons, like, they'll have a strong bond with their rider to the point, like, an emotional bond, like we saw many times throughout the series. And here, Rhaenyra, sorry, oh my God, there I go again. When Rhaenyra saw her, her son's dragon, at least, like his body parts, and, Syrax was just, like, wailing when she was crying, almost. Like, the cry he gave out was very sad and remorseful, and, I like seeing stuff like that.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. But
we should each have a jar next to us. And every time we say the wrong R name, put $1 in the jar and then see who has more at the end of the season.
We know who we're talking about, and it's also late, and it's such a bad excuse, but we're older. I'm kidding, we're not that late. But yeah, like, my brain is on autopilot sometimes, and I'm just like,
no, it'd be great. We should totally just do that. I think it'd be hilarious, and we can just see how often we do it, because we're both gonna do it constantly.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully we'll just get better, because I think I got better last time too, later on in the series, but we'll see. But anyways, I think we'll end it there for tonight. But I am so excited to be watching more House of the Dragon.
Oh, God. Talk about starting at a bang.
Crazy, I know. I'm still at almost a loss of words for what happened at the end there. That is, I mean, what words do you give for that? I'm like, the feelings I have right now are just, like, disturbing is one main one, but I'm just so sick to my stomach.
I don't know what the Foley artist instruction for that is.
I don't even want to know.
Like, how do I come up with this sound of sawing a child's, I'm assuming, head off?
I mean, you gotta, making special effects, maybe they were told, like, hey, I'm sure they knew, but, like, we're
not something you usually get as a Foley artist.
I don't even want to like think about it, but
I'm sure you get weird stuff as a Foley artist, but
yeah, acting like
that
not actually saying
direction.
What it's for. Yeah, but saying like, about a pumpkin or something, like, you have to cut up a pumpkin, and no, I mean, that was absolutely
rough. That was
rough.
That sound was rough.
Thank God they didn't show it. I'm like, of all the things that we witness, the violence that we witnessed,
they could not have shown it. They couldn't have.
I'm like, I don't know. I mean, we've seen a pregnant. Someone pregnant.
We've seen pretty bad stuff, but I think they know what to show and what not to show. And it's not worse, but like, it just leaves it to your imagination to come up with it, which in some ways is kind of worse, because your brain is the one that's coming up with the images and stuff.
Yeah, that was absolutely horrible.
No.
So, still love the show, though. Can't wait to hear what you guys have to say. Thank you so much for watching with us, and we'll see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.